Our Science Project by Mina and Analea. Hi, we go to school in Zurich, Switzerland, and for the past few weeks we've been studying global warming and its effects.
One of global warming's effects include natural disasters. Natural disasters are common and they can happen on a daily basis. Each year, the quantity of natural disasters increase, as well as the damage it causes.
The worst type of natural disaster is floods. Half a century ago, floods weren't as big of an issue as they are today. Because of the increase in the heat from the sun, the ice sheets situated in Antarctica, Greenland, and several other places around the world are melting. The melting is causing sea levels to rise rapidly, which leads to flooding.
Complete melting of these ice sheets could lead to a sea level rise of about 80 meters. This is an underestimated issue that we must resolve immediately, and each problem is solved with a small step. Our project is that small step. Our floating structure represents a waterproof house that will withstand the effects of flooding.
Our house is made up of a variety of elements that represent various materials.
The roof of our floating structure is composed of clay tiles covered in fiberglass and thick plastic sheets that are shown as plastic wrap.
The exterior of the model, or the facade, including the interior, is made out of hollow metal, which is represented by aluminum.
The platform on which this house stands is made of hollow metal, represented by aluminum foil that is concealed in CO2-absorbing concrete.
The air-filled rubber donut, which is a floating inner tube, provides support for the entire structure and the platform as well as the garden.
All these materials are waterproof and are guaranteed.
After rain or thunderstorms, most of the water forms puddles, and after a short while it disappears into the atmosphere. This process is called evaporation, and it is an element of the water cycle.
In order to retain water from evaporating and going to waste, we can gather, accumulate, and store rainwater. This method is called rainwater harvesting. In our model, the excess water is used to water the garden and the rest is stored in a tank below the garden waiting to be put into use.
Rainwater harvesting is an efficient way to provide water for laundry, flushing toilets, livestock, and if treated in a sanitation facility, it can be used as drinking water, as well as domestic uses. Several places around the globe are using this process and creating projects to put this method into use. For example, Gansu, a province in China, and a semi-dry northeast Brazil, has the biggest rooftop rainwater harvesting projects underway. And in Bermuda, the law calls for all new constructions to include rainwater harvesting enough for the residents.
There are many ways to collect rainwater, ranging from traditional technologies like rain barrels to more complex gray water systems. For our water drainage system located in our garden, we use cardboard and plastic. There are 3 levels to our garden. The first, or top level, is where the garden is located. Rainwater in the garden and the excess water goes down a plastic slide that connects to a funnel, which is then drained through a straw into a plastic slide that can to present a metal pipe into a bottle that represents a steel tank. The water can then be kept until next use.
Here's a demonstration. My partner will now hold up the box. As you see, the green part is the garden, which will then go through the slide, in through the funnel, which is on the second level, down, which the funnel connects to a straw, which will then drain into the bottle or the steel tank. Here's a demonstration. I am now pouring very carefully a little bit of water onto the garden, which then goes into the slide and down into the funnel and through there. And voila, you have water inside the tank or the bottle. Then the excess water which is in the bottle is waiting to be put to use for later purposes. Let's see how much water we've accumulated, shall we? As you see here, we've be quiet. We can cut this part out. Be quiet. You're bored. What's It's okay. Wait. And as you... No, stop. No, okay. Go below or something. Stop laughing. Okay. As you see here, this is how much water we've accumulated. This is a great process to be put to use in gardens. Thank you. As you see here is the garden. My partner will now demonstrate how it works. The water goes through the garden into the slide and through the funnel. Then it is flowing through a straw, which is then deposited into a tank that is a steel tank represented by a Coca-Cola bottle. Now we shall see how this thing works.
By pouring the water through the system, the water should be collected into the bottle and the water will be successfully harvested.
After my partner is done emptying this tank full of water, we shall see how much water has accumulated inside the bottle. And now my partner will stop. As you now see, there is quite a lot of water in this tank, and it is quite an efficient way, and after the water has run off and it has accumulated inside the steel tank, it is waiting to be put to use for other matters, for watering the garden again and again, and this way it will not evaporate and be wasted. Thank you. Years, climate change has been becoming more and more of an issue, with its side effects getting worse every year. Climate change has killed many and left innocent people homeless. One of the biggest disasters caused by climate change are floods. Every year, floods kill people by the masses. Mankind must find a way to adapt to these sudden tragedies, such as living in a flood-proof or floating house.
We shouldn't just adapt to climate change, we should also take action. Even the smallest things count, such as rainwater harvesting. Climate change is affecting weather patterns, therefore in some areas it is quite arid, while in other areas it is raining constantly. We should use the rainwater for useful purposes, such as watering greenery or washing laundry, instead of letting the rainwater evaporate and go to waste. By constructing a flood-proof home and recycling rainwater, people will be able to help the environment and help to make this world a better place.
Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoyed this video.